a third to a half of the population are introverts. A third to a half. So that's 1 out of every 2 or 3 people you know. So even if you're an extrovert yourself, I'm talking about your coworkers and your spouses and your children and the person sitting right next to you right now. All of them subject to this bias that is pretty deep and real in our society. We all internalize it from a very early age without even having a language for what we're doing. Now, to see the bias clearly, you need to understand what introversion is. And it's different from being shy. Shyness is about fear of social judgment. Introversion is more about how do you respond to stimulation, including social stimulation. So extroverts really crave large amounts of stimulation, whereas introverts feel at their most alive and they're most switched on and they're most capable when they're in quieter, more low-key environments. Not all the time, these things are an absolute, but a lot of
So I'm pretty junior in my career, and I feel like many times I heard from career advices is that, you should build your network, you should meet a lot of people, you should know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously extroverts have the leg up on introverts on this. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think that the key to these kinds of exhortations is to find ways to do it that really are natural to you. And that sounds sort of fluffy, but it actually really can be done. So for example, if you're going to a networking event, I always approach any networking event as a series of one-on-one conversations. And not only that, I consider it to be a success if I have made one honest-to-God, new, authentic relationship with one person whose company I sincerely enjoyed and look forward to staying in touch with. Because, honestly, how many people really can you stay in touch with in a real way after any given event? And if you use that test and you go to enough events, you will find pretty soon that you've got a Rolodex of people where you really want to help them and they really want to help you. So that's just one example, but I think there are ways to reframe almost all of the things that we need to do in the workplace in ways that suit our natural strengths. And then I would say, in addition to that sometimes you really do have to kind of go out of, push yourself outside of your natural temperament.
It's not always easy to realize how wonderful you are. The world feels like a place that rewards extroverts, where being loud is mistaken for being confident and happy, where everyone has something to say, but nobody listens. A world of open-plan offices, networking parties, and big personalities. For those who speak softly, it's easy to feel left out. Of course, like anything, it's a sliding scale. You can lean one way or another, or be a bit of both, known as an ambivert. Now I understand myself better. I am deeply grateful for how I am. Instead of filling up space with small talk, I listen patiently and make my words matter. I have few friends, but our connection is deep.